Welcome to Pull the Pin or Ready Boot Camp Edition, a place where we bring in new veterans to join our family. I'm your host, Jim. With me, as usual, is Mike, and our guest today is Sean.
How y'all doing today?
All right, Sean. Hey, Sean, you ready to pull this pin?
I'm ready to pull all the pins. Let's
Oh,
do
shoot.
it.
Okay, guys. All right. You know, we got 24 hours to be done, so you got to make it quick, okay?
Oh, yeah, no, I got it.
All right, so what do you want to talk about today? Tell us a little bit about yourself, first of all.
Man, I grew up in a small town in Kansas. Didn't really know what I was doing with life, and then I read a book called Great Santini. First chapter in that book talked about just Marines being Marines. My junior year in high school, I went up to my mom after reading that book, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to join the Marines." And my mom turns around and said, "Are you stupid?" And I guess. So, rest is history. I've always been an artist. Joined and went through camp over in California, then across to Pensacola, Florida, up to Cherry Point, North Carolina, over to Okinawa, Japan, around Thailand, Alaska, and then straight back over to North Carolina. And then I got out, kind of bounced around a couple of jobs, and then went to college for game design. Now I'm a painter, I'm an artist, I'm a clay worker, I'm a game designer. I mean, if it's something to do with creating, and I'm a chef too. So if it's something to do with creating or making, then I'm the guy to go to.
All right. You said
Our
you're in North
politician.
Carolina?
Oh yeah.
You're in North Carolina, you said?
Yeah, right now I'm in Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was over in Cherry Point, North Carolina for a while, right out of half around Greenville.
Okay. So you said you're a chef, you're a painter, you're an artist. Do you do all of those like for income or like some of the hobby? Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Oh okay.
I cook for people. It's one of my board games I actually created, made. It's fully designed, ready to go. I've been selling stuff. I'm actually commissioned right now. I'm doing painting. I don't know if you guys can see that. So,
Oh yeah.
I do a little bit of everything. People come to me for stuff. I got sex workers who will come to me, and I'll make menus, price menus and stuff for them, and then they'll be able to give it to their customers and sell stuff like that. I Photoshop people.
Did you say chef workers?
No, I don't think
worker.
so.
Oh, okay.
It's
Strippers
similar, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's something to eat there.
A lot to do with food, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, you were serious. You didn't say chef.
No, he
Oh,
didn't.
okay. I was thinking he said chef, but I said sex. Okay.
Mike, you know who Sean is? Sean is that person when somebody asks you a question, you say, "Yeah, I know a guy."
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
I'm the know a guy. I can do a little bit of everything. I always had an interest in learning and creating. And my first time, I think I was 4 years old, and my mom worked at the daycare, and she had these little papers with these printed animals on them for kids to color. And I flipped one over and I traced the back. I was like, "Mom, look, I drew this." And she grabbed it from me and flipped it over and said, "She traced, don't lie to me." So I went into the room and then I actually drew it. And I was like, "Mom, I drew this." And she flipped it over. And I mean, my mom's been my biggest supporter since I was about that big.
Right.
Here's the reason I started drawing, getting into everything.
Oh, so this creativity of yours has come from childhood.
Oh yeah, it's been
okay.
around for years. I've always done it everywhere I've gone.
Nice.
So
are you in any way affiliated with the military at all? Military town, anything?
No, actually, I grew up in a very small kind of town over in BFE, Kansas. And
Oh, okay.
there was never any. I mean, the most military I had was my uncle on my dad's side was Colonel Ed Hubbard. He was the POW that served with John McCain. He was John McCain's wingman, and he painted the portrait in the Capitol of the eagle with the Vietnam shackle. So
wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's about as close to military I got.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty close. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. He's a hardcore little man. He left the country. After he got back in America, Hurricane Katrina, I think it was, took his house and moved half of it to Florida, the other half up to Kentucky. Then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna live in Ireland."
Oh,
has
okay.
some castle out there. So
Oh,
haven't seen him since.
oh man, he's still over there.
Oh yeah, no,
Wow.
he refused to come back. So I was like, okay, that's whatever, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah,
So how long were you in the Marines?
5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Damn, you bounced around to all those places in 5 years?
yeah, including
Wow.
Thailand, Alaska, Hawaii, and
Yeah.
Quad. All of it. I was everywhere. Yeah,
Man,
So
it's
there's
pretty
no,
like as soon as you get there, you gotta leave.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
so this
Japan
is
was
this
nice though. I love Japan.
Sean, this is a sad moment because there's only one of us in this room who's never been to Hawaii.
Which one? You?
Not me.
Oh,
That's an inside joke. Mike hates when I talk about.
oh
I was stationed in Hawaii for 3 years. He hates when I talk about.
man, we were. I'll never forget. We were doing a fly through Hawaii, and I hope she doesn't see this, but Lieutenant Meese was learning to fly, and she was a great lady. She was not somebody I would trust behind the wheel of an airplane. And we went flying into the tarmac over on that Air Force base. And I looked out the window and I was like, "Hey, Gunny, we're coming in pretty quick." Gunny Crowford's sitting across from me, and he looks up. He's like, "No, that's what." Oh shit! Hold on. We bounced off that tarmac. Every airframer on the airplane jumped up. What the fuck? She blew out 3 struts and popped one straight through the wheel well. So.
Wow.
Oh no, we got stuck in Hawaii for 3 weeks. For
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
hard
Mike-
life right there.
Mike,
Yeah,
you
it
couldn't
was
even get
terrible.
stuck in Hawaii.
I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I couldn't even get stuck in Hawaii, man. Jeez, I tell you. I'm gonna make it over there, Jim, as soon as I win that lottery, man.
Oh, I'm
We'll get you
the
there
same way.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I gotta buy a ticket to get that way, though, don't I?
Oh, we take
Yeah.
your friend's plane.
Yeah, no, that'll work perfectly.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. So what do you want to talk about here today?
I can talk about anything and everything under the sun. I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. I mean, it could be literally raining hellfire, and I'd be like, well, at least it's warm.
There you go. There you go. You always find that positive. I like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So are you keeping up to date with today's military and let's say the state of affairs in America?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Majority of the stuff to do with anything in the state of affairs in America is political, and I've always hated politics. I just every time somebody's like, "Oh, politics," it's always, "Well, are you on the left or the right?" And I'm like, I don't give a shit on either side. They're both idiots.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I understand things that are going on. I just, for the most part, I kind of keep my head down and just avoid the bullshit. And it's nothing against anybody. It's just everybody gets so wrapped up in it that they get to a point that they're aggravated. And I'm like, you're angry at me for something that you cannot control. And I don't understand why you're angry and yelling.
Wow.
Well, you need to be more involved. I just don't care. It's not going to affect me one way or another. And then,
yeah, and
I mean, it kind of.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it kind of affects. I mean, like everybody all the way around. It's just for the most part, it's not something that's going to trickle down and upset my life within the next 2 to 3 years. So I still got income. I still have things I do, and as long as it's not hindered in any way, then I'm not going to complain.
Well, there you go. I respect that. I respect that a lot.
Oh yeah.
So looking at today's military, specifically the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah.
How would you compare yesterday's or yesteryear's military to today's?
A lot changed.
Yeah.
We had I remember in boot camp we had this drill instructor come in, and he was crusty. I mean, he was so salty that I even was like, from how salty that man was. He had this wickle stick about that big with a big metal tip on it. And he was walking by, and we were doing an inspection. We're all looking around like, what the hell is this guy? He's got more wrinkles than my grandpa. I mean, he's just not very, well, I want you guys to know I was a drill instructor in 1978 or something like that. And he said, I see one of you bite your fingernails. Yeah, I like people like you. You got to scrape the shit out of the buckets. And I'm sorry, what? He showed us that wickle stick, and it had chip on it. He was like, I broke this over a recruit's tooth one time because he ran his mouth. And we were like, he ran his mouth? How'd he run his mouth? He didn't say yes, sir, fast enough. We're like, oh,
Damn. Yeah, that's back in the days you could get away with that.
oh man, it was way back in the day.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of guys. I always end up at one of the local bars. There's always some veteran or older Marine or older soldier or something back in my day kind of deals. And every time, it's always fun to hear their stories and all the stuff that they went through. And it just, when they asked me the same stuff, I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you. The most we did was blanket party a kid because he kept pissing in his bunk, and that's about it. And then we got in trouble for it because the new Marine Corps can't do that anymore. So,
See, you're doing it already, Sean. You're talking to the new Marine Corps about back in my day. We were allowed to do blanket.
Yeah.
It happens, man. It happens. I don't even realize it. It makes. I also am a bouncer at a bar on the weekends.
Okay.
There's always this guy that comes in. He's like, I'm about to leave for boot camp, and I'm like, oh, cool. And he was like, yeah. So what boot camp? He was all Marine Corps. And I was, I got stories for you, buddy. Let me tell you what not to do because nobody told me this. And every time they're like, wait, they do that? And I was like, well, they did when I went in. I don't know if they're going to do it now.
Right, yeah.
You're not going to tell me you didn't throw in a couple lies there, did you?
I definitely threw in a couple of lies. Yeah.
I was going to say, show me a veteran who doesn't.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun of it, messing with a new recruit, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. My favorite was telling them when you get in there, ask them for the ID 10T form. They're definitely going to give you one. You need to fill that out. Oh, what's that do? Well, that lets you write letters back to your folks. So you need to be able to fill that out. Well, that poor guy probably got his ass kicked on that one.
Yeah, we remember a lot of that stuff. The BA 1100 Novembers, right?
Oh, man. My favorite
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably never found them.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite was sending our new guys over to another shop. Be like, hey, go get a stack of airframes. Or a stack of 62 1.7s, and they go in there, and the entire airframe shop jumps on them. Oh, what the hell? You asked for a stack of the MOS, buddy.
Or flight line.
Oh,
chem light batteries.
Yeah.
You got me with that one. Yeah.
We had
Go ahead.
We had one guy that got man, this guy was clueless, and they sent him out there with a trash bag. I was like, what are you doing with the trash bag? Said, I got to go get his exhaust samples. How are you going to do that? He was like, well, I'm going to stand behind the airplane and I'm going to catch the exhaust. I was like, yeah, I'll have fun with that. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah. Wow.
We had guys at the motor pool changing the summer air out for the winter air in the tires.
I love that. It's always the fun stuff. It's the dumb stuff, but it makes the best memories every time.
Yeah.
Right. And, in the military, we tend to, some people look at that stuff like being picked on, but you kind of, that's an acceptance thing. You know what I mean? When guys razz you, they give you nicknames. It's like hazing, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, it's a form of hazing, but, I think some organizations, let's say, took it too far.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing practical jokes like what we're talking about. There's no physical touching or anything like that. I have yet to see anyone complain about that stuff.
Right. No, and I mean, we went in, and I mean, like, there was a couple of guys that complained about everybody's picking on them, and they were getting mad about it. I don't like that they're saying that. So we all went through it. It happened. I mean,
so do you think? Would you say the military or Marines is better today versus yesterday, or you wish the kids today can go through some of the things that you had to go through?
I kind of wish they would, and I kind of wish I would have went through some of the things that the guys before me even had to go through, because I'm not gonna. I was a lazy piece of shit. I did not have my life together. I was just kind of one thing after another. That Marine Corps spirit, that esprit du corps, definitely whooped my ass into shape. And I tell you what, I never would have been doing half this stuff if I hadn't gone to the Marine. And I think it helps. And everybody, there are people who complain about it, like, oh no, I don't like being picked on. I don't like this. I don't like that. And it's like, shit happens, man. But if you take what you're getting and you focus on it and you realize that it's helping you, then take it. I mean, I personally, I think this is my personal opinion. I think every single person in the entire world should go through the military at least for 2 years. Just get it out of the way for one, but for two, the amount of growth that a human being can go through from the military alone is breathtaking.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing how much, like, I look at some guys I even went to high school with, and I was like, that guy's gonna end up dead in the ditch. And I see him 5 years from now, and he's got it high and tight. I'm like, oh, look at you go, buddy.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
it
gives you a
helps.
different perspective too. It allows you to
it really
see
does.
what, you know, how fragile life is and how, you know, you're so far off track, you know.
Yeah. And I definitely learned a lot more to take life as not so serious, because you're not going to get out in the end. You're not getting out alive. Might as well have fun with it. And I learned that just from the Marine Corps. I mean, there were guys that saw death every day and they would tell jokes. I was like, I don't understand how you guys are so happy. I'd be stressed to the max. And they're like, yeah, we just don't care. I like that mentality. All right, let's do that.
Yeah, kind of like living every day as if it's your last, because you just never know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it literally takes the entire stress level out of everything. And I
can't do that. I can't live every day like it's my last, because I'd have to keep telling the same people off every day, and then that would get old.
Well, that would hurt with employment.
How many times are you going to quit this week, Jim?
Yeah.
Wait, there's another day.
Yeah, he'll get fired, you know. Like,
just keep telling your boss every day. All right, I might be back tomorrow, but if I'm not, you know.
My kids would be like, Dad, why is your suitcase packed again? Shut up.
This is Daddy's business. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Kids don't even know where you work. You know.
No,
Bring Daddy to school that career day. You're like, no, you don't need to come, Dad. That's all right.
What's your career? I'm just living every day as my last.
That's it.
Who needs a career?
Right.
Be like Ricky Bobby's dad. Hey, if you ain't first, you're last.
That's it.
Get kicked out of the school.
You'll have a job every time a dad gets up there. You be like, "Yeah, I did that job before." Yeah, I did.
Just a day, but I did it. I did it.
Just a day. But
there are some jobs I definitely wish I didn't do, but yeah, I did them.
Yeah, same here. I tell you what, man. But I always just tell my soldiers. I even say this to today. You can learn from everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
You can learn from everything, man.
I wouldn't be ashamed, dude, because at some point that's probably how you learned how to do the sex menu.
I assure you that just kind of happened one day. Somebody was like, I wish I had a list of prices for all my stuff. I was like, hey, I'm really good at Photoshop. Let me try that out. And then I was,
wow,
holy shit, I got something here. Let me do this again. And then
Did they pay you?
Told all of her friends, and all her friends told her friends, and now the only problem I have now is trying to tell girl, no, I don't want to see you naked for me to make this menu. I want the money you're making. Give me some of it, and we'll call it a good day.
Wait. This doesn't sound like living like your last day. This sounds like give me the money and let me see you naked.
I have had that happen a few times just for the gratefulness. One girl, literally, one of my menus made her $10,000 in a month, and she sent me $100, and then she sent me a couple of nudes. What is all this for? And she's like, oh, I made $10,000. Here's $100. Now, you made $10,000 and you're giving me $100. Maybe you're missing.
You're in the wrong business.
Somewhere.
You're in the wrong business. Stop making the menu. Start using it.
1%.
I assure you, I might be able to work it out where people pay me to put my clothes back on.
Yeah.
Sounds like a business plan.
You said that's a business plan.
It's called the brown eye wink.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that too much. I mean, we're not exactly family friendly, but there are certain borders we just don't.
Oh no,
cross.
it's one of the menu choices. You can. What's the brown eyed wink? I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to send that video.
Wow.
Get asked though. Yeah.
So you've done more than one. Damn, now I got to stay on the topic. Jesus.
You don't have to, Mike. You're choosing to.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. No, I was like, damn, I thought he just did one of those, but he did more than one. Wow. It's a solo.
I think I've done. I got a tape.
Well, when it works,
I've got. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done. Oh wow, I've done 138 menus so far. So
like original. Like you've done one for 138 people.
I've done a single menu for 138 different.
So I get the market's probably good. Like I get the market's good, but there's 138 of them around you. Where do you live?
Kansas City. I just
I went that part. Try to get a little more specific.
There's I've lived all over Kansas City. It's just I jumped up on Facebook and the minute I made one menu for one girl, they started adding me to a bunch of different groups, and it finally started getting to a point. There were my message requests were literally blowing up. I was like, yeah, some of these people are weird. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Now I just I screen very, very well before I start making menus.
What do you think, Sean? What do you think they're thinking about you on the other side?
I've had everything from this dude to creep. I've had this guy's just trying to see me naked. I've had one girl even went as far as to asking if I was single, and she was like, "Oh, you were in the Marine Corps? Do you need a wife?" And I was like, "Hey, I'm not that kind of Marine. Don't worry."
Right.
I've never been married, and I like to keep that track record at this moment.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
I can't count the number of dudes I had to tell, no, you're not getting married. Why not? You've known her for 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen it. Both of us were MPs in the Army.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep.
You guys got to see the worst of it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always tell my Hawaii stories about the Marines, too, because Marines, they lack this social awareness thing. Like when they would go downtown Waikiki, they just get drunk and fight and all this stuff. But it was so funny because we had a little D-cell down there on Waikiki. I don't know if you've seen it, but in the parking garage, there was a little cell where we put the drunks and all that. And I remember clear as day, Marines come in there, F you, this, that, spitting at us, like you're a son of your, and then all of a sudden their gunny showed up and like they were straight sober.
Yeah.
Like sober.
Man, my gunny definitely would have done that. My gunny was a scary dude. He didn't mess around. You did what he said, or you got your head ripped off. And I thought they were kidding. No. When Gunny Basso started screaming in the back room, all of us suddenly had to go smoke. Half of us didn't even smoke. We just like, nah, we're not dealing with that.
Yeah. Wow.
I got in trouble because he saw me in the smoke pit one time. He's like, Hubbard, you smoke? And I was like, get the fuck back in the shop. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's
what
a
was
fresh
I
air
thinking
break.
being out here?
Yeah.
I always tell that it's a fresh air break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually wish I would have thought of that one. I guarantee I probably wouldn't have got a toolbox thrown at me.
Well, in the Army, we complain a lot more. So we always complained about the smokers who got extra breaks because they were so sympathetic to them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. Never understood that. Never understood that.
Because most of the people smoked. So they were like, well, I'm going to smoke, so I'm going to give them a chance to smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know.
The worst part
Sean,
to have.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I never smoked and I never drank when I went to the Marines. I was sober my entire time. Probably why I didn't have such a great time.
Oh, no. You misunderstand that. When I stopped drinking, I had more fun with the guys I went out with. You know that old trick where you stop at the gas station every half mile and say, hey, guys, I need money for gas?
Yeah.
And then you stop at the next gas station, hey, guys, I need money for gas?
Yeah.
I did that shit in high school, but they were smart. They only let me drive their cars. These are the guys coming back from deployment. They're like, hey, you want to drive my brand new Corvette? Just take me to the bar and keep me safe.
Wow.
Okay.
I think I would
know that.
Yeah, I would have took up on that one.
Oh, I definitely did. It was
try to coax him into paying for a couple of drinks too.
Yeah, it was a good time. Oh, I drink now. Don't worry, I've got that figured out.
Oh, okay. We weren't worried, Sean. We thought you had us under control.
Yeah.
Oh no. I tried, and then like everything, woman came along and ruined it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you mean by that.
Damn
I,
woman, right?
Uh, best thing that ever
And she
happened to
didn't have
me.
her own menu, right? She didn't have her own
she did
menu. The
not.
nerve of
No,
her.
no. I actually only started the menu thing about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago,
Wow.
2019. Yeah. Wow, it's been
Really?
wow. Yeah, it's definitely an exciting adventure. I tell you.
Yeah, I bet. So let me ask you a question. If you were dealing with today's military, if you were in charge, what would you do to try to change it for the better?
uh, Honestly, mandatory PT for one. Uh, I know that everybody mandatory fit, but man, just the amount of discipline we started to have when my shop started doing mandatory PT every
Really?
morning. Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of us were lazy as shit. We didn't care. And I know some of them are probably going to watch us. Be like, oh, "Fuck you! I care." No, you didn't. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to. You don't show up the way you did and flip
Right.
Gunny off when he turns around if you cared. I'm not dumb. Oh,
Yeah.
different Gunny, by the way. This is in Japan, not North Carolina. There
Right.
was
Right.
Mike,
people wouldn't even
Mike,
flip that man off behind his back.
Mike, I'm almost in like shock here. I'm talking to a Marine talking
Yeah.
about we were lazy and wanting mandatory PT. Like you've just destroyed the entire image of the Marine Corps for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Marines, right? Not
Not
the
the
Oh
Air
merchant
yeah.
Force.
Marines.
Yeah. You sure it was
Uh,
Marines and not Air Force?
Actually, my mom tried to get me to join the Air Force, but no, I was in the Marine Corps. I didn't get along with a whole lot of the guys, partially because I didn't drink and I didn't smoke, and I don't want to say this, but I had a lot more intelligence, which was weird because I got
Okay.
along with the officers a lot better than I did with the enlisted, and
Mm,
so it was really really bad.
yeah.
I should have went through college.
So this is Sean. His name is here, and this is where he lives. For all you Marines out there who really worked hard to be where you are.
They're great guys. There are a lot of guys that are really good guys. I mean, like before half those guys, man, they saw me and they're like, "Yeah, fuck you." I mean, there were the worst thing that happened, especially, and I actually I can talk about this now that I'm out, and it's been 10 years. So I was in Japan and I had a red card, which means I'm not allowed to go out without a friend. I'm not allowed to go out past midnight.
Okay.
But I was out at a bar at 1 o'clock in the morning, and my dumbass called the duty and asked for a phone number because one of the lieutenants in my squadron, her friends were in town, and they asked about her. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm part of the same squadron." So I called the lieutenant, or I called the captain on duty, and he said he figured out who I was. He's like, "You're a red card holder. You got 10 minutes to be standing in front of me, or I'm going
Wow.
to ruin your life." And so Sergeant Major asked me, he was like, "Hey, did you see anybody else out on town?" I was like, "No, Sergeant Major, I didn't see anybody. I was by myself. I acted alone in the courts." We get into the CO. CO's about to bust me down, get my NJP, my ninja punch, and my entire shop, man, my sergeants, both my sergeants, my staff sergeant, my gunny in Okinawa, they were like, "Yeah, fuck that dude. Throw the book at him." And my face went from "I'm okay, I got my bearing" to "I'm fucking pissed." So
Wow.
after we get done, um, Sergeant Major pulls me back in his office, and my fucking gunny tried to follow me in there. And he was like, "Gunny, you go wait outside." He was like, "Well, Sergeant Major, I feel like I got to be in here." He's like, "All right, Staff Sergeant, go wait outside." Gunny was like, "Oh, got it." Turned around, walked out. Sergeant Major sat me down, shut the office door. He was like, "All right, Hubbard, we're going to have this conversation one more time. Did you see anybody else on the town?" I was like, "Sergeant Major, I saw my entire fucking shop out on town, 3 of which are married, and they were with other women. Gunny wanted being one of them. His wife's over in America, and he was with 2 other women and was making out with one of them." And Sergeant
Wow.
Major stared at me, and he was like, "God damn it. You would have told me this beforehand. I could have done something about it." But instead, and then my entire shop, they all waited for me to come downstairs because they knew I saw him. They knew what was going on.
That's where the blanket party practice came in, right?
Yeah. And so I came downstairs in the hangar. I came down to my shop and I had no rank and I was just pissed as hell. And everybody kind of looks at me and one of the guys kind of pulls me aside and he was like, hey man, so I know you saw me and stuff. And because when I called the duty, they emptied the entire barracks and they checked. Nobody in my shop was in the barracks at that time. And so we lucked out. We were occupying 2 barracks, and so they were like, "No, we were over at the other barracks on base. We had no idea." So they passed it off. And so the guy was like, "Hey man, so I know that you saw me out on town." I was like, "Don't worry, dude. I just kept my mouth shut. I didn't say anything." My entire shop got to keep all of their rank because I took the bullet. And like even now, I'll still get a random message from one of them like, "Hey bro, I just want to thank you for like not being a buddy fucker." And
so isn't that funny? He's calling you that, but yet his integrity was completely thrown away.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, it was bad. It worked out. That gunny, I saw him like 6 months later, and he was sergeant. I mean, that guy was a dick. I find like even today, I was much bigger than him. I was going through a lot of shit. I didn't know how to handle myself because I was still like transitioning into being an actual responsible human being. And I was a bit of a shitbag when I first joined, especially in Okinawa, and that was my first duty station. I didn't know how to handle anything. I was irresponsible about a lot of stuff. And, so I mean, I saw that gunny in North Carolina where I was at again. He was a sergeant. I was like, yeah, you finally got caught, didn't you, fat fuck? And I wanted to walk right over and just slug him right in the face. And I was
Sweet revenge. You can do that as a civilian. Hey,
Sean,
I
can, yeah.
We're gonna have to get you back out here, but we're gonna have to cut this one a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Because Mike needs a menu.
Yeah. I was saying, get back to the menu.
No, Mike, we don't have time for the menu. We're gonna transition into what we always give the honor of our guests, our welcome to the family honor. You have to pick one thing only. You actually don't have to do it, but we do it for tradition. Just pick one thing that really annoys you. What we do is we just pulled a pin already on it. We just want to be done with it. So it could be anything from any range, could be anywhere in the world, whatever you want to pull it on. Go ahead. You got the next 2 minutes to do that.
Cool. This goes to every single person out there in the world. We all got to live together. We all got to stay together. We all got to work together. We all have to literally revolve around each other. Shut the fuck up about liberals or conservatives. It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody's still a human being. We still got to work with each other. You people trying to attack each other and assault each other because you people are idiots. And trust me, if I had a way to do it, I would slug you in the face just to get it over with. It's done. Politics are dumb. It's not doing anything. It's a bunch of old people that touch on little girls and little boys, and you're fighting over which one's the biggest pervert or the worst pervert whatsoever. You people are idiots. Just drop it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the argument. And I'm sorry. That's the one thing I hate politics so much. It's the only thing I hate. I just can't do it.
Wow.
We'll accept that, and thank God Mike didn't break out into a "We Are the World" song or something. So,
I mean, I support everybody's decision. I will completely support. I will respect your decision on what you do. Me personally, I can't. I hate them. I hate politics just because every single person that's been there has fucked over somebody in the process to get where they are, and they will continue to do so to more people, the more power they get. And that's why I'm just like, nah. Not worth it.
Yeah, you got your own power, brother. You got your own power. Make those menus, and you keep getting those photos.
Right.
I prefer to stick with the game photos or the game design over anything. I'm trying to transition away from all that.
Awesome, Sean. We're gonna thank you, and then I'm gonna close this out. So I want to thank you for coming out here. We'll get you on future. Hopefully, welcome to the family here. Mike can tell you thank you too, because he always cuts me off in my ending. So I'm gonna give him this specific moment right now. That was it. I'll give you a moment. That was it.
Are we not doing this?
Oh my goodness. All right, we'll see. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for joining us here with Sean. Thanks for taking
appreciate it, Sean.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This has been the funnest thing I've ever done. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike, for cutting me off and now allowing Sean to do it while I'm exiting the episode. To all of you, have a great night and Godspeed.
Hey, and pull the pin.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.